folks, I'm going to take you through some extensive twisting. So some of them will be quite deep, so just go easy if you have any back issues. First of all, we're just going to sit into thoracic. Sit on a sufficient amount of height that your knees are dropping down quite comfortably. And to begin with, just interlace your hands behind your back to open your chest. So ideally you want to be on the fronts of the sitting bones, getting that feeling that you could roll forward leading from the tail. Now we'll bring the hands around to the right side and just gently loosen the left shoulder. Just giving that a nice little roll. And releasing the hand behind the back, change the interlace of the fingers, bring the hands around to the left side of the waist, roll the right shoulder. Okay, and then releasing the arms. Okay, slide left hand to the feet. Okay, reach this right arm back now and whip it behind the back so we've got our internal rotation there. And if it's available, take the thigh, the left thigh with the right hand. So nice, gentle twist to the right side. Okay, if you're really comfortable there, you can bring the hand to the leg and just draw yourself that little bit deeper into the rotation. Gaze out over the back shoulder and focus on the breath in the belly. So about 6 breaths, coming back to the front, change sides. Twisting to the left, stretching out that left arm, internally rotating to get the hand to the inner groin there. Oh, a bit stiffer this side for me. Okay, you can keep the hands on the feet, or a little bit deeper, taking the right hand to the left knee. Gaze out over the back shoulder, focus on the breath in the belly. And inhaling to center, release the arms, fold forward, gently shimmy the shoulders. And then coming back up, and we're going to change the orientation of our bolster to come into gomukasana. Okay, and more height again. If you're a little bit tight in the hips and it doesn't feel like it'll be accessible, sit on more height, and you can always put a brick under the knees if you're in that little bit more height. Okay, highly recommend that. Okay, right leg on top. We're going to stretch up the left arm and just give that arm a little bit of a stretch. Drawing the elbow up, back and down. Nice, relaxed breathing. And release the arms. Bring that right foot upright now, so the knees drawing into the midline, and just be aware that you stay evenly weighted through the hips. Don't let your pelvis lift up on that side. Okay, so first aspect of this is the adduction in the hip joint. Okay, and be aware that that is just coming from the hip joint, as I said, without the pelvis moving. Okay, the next component is the twist through the spine, the rotation. And if you can get your elbow pretty much in line with the knee, then you might be able to get that internally rotating arm to thread through the leg to take the opposite hand. So left hand takes right wrist, and you can press that knee out into the arm to deepen your twist. And again, focus on the breath in the belly. Gaze out over the back shoulder. A slightly easier option is just hooking the elbow around the knee, or if you're a little bit tight in the twist, just hugging that knee in. Okay, don't compromise the pelvis by getting that lift. Okay, if it pinches into the groin, you've got to back off. No such thing as good groin pain. Okay, inhale back to center. Drop that right knee down into full gomukasana. Opposite arm comes up. If it's available, interlace the hands behind the back and gently fold forward. If you've got something to rest your head on, I recommend that. And if you need to have a break, relax the legs out to the side. Just come out into baddhakonasana for a moment. For the last few breaths, then release the hands, support yourself with your hands. Oh, it's getting a bit windy out here, it's blowing my setup over. Okay, I think we're back on track. Apologies if I haven't been able to edit this out. Okay, and then coming up and change the legs on top. Left leg on top. Working on the editing, but yeah, I'm a bit lazy, as you all know. Okay, so gomukasana, left leg on top. Give the right arm a stretch up, elbow up, back and down. And releasing the arms, turning to the left side, bringing that knee upright. Again, just feeling, isolating the leg bone moving in the hip joint without rocking the whole of the pelvis. Be aware that you're evenly weighted through each side of the pelvis. Reach up with the right arm, exhale, twist to the left. Okay, whichever arm position you prefer, gently hugging that knee in, hook the elbow around the knee, or internally rotate the arm and swing it through to take the opposite hand. Gaze out over the back shoulder, focus on the breath in the belly. Inhale back to center. Collapse that leg down or release the legs wide into Upavista. Coming into full gomukasana if it's available. If the hands don't knit easily behind the back, don't worry, just leave that out for the moment. Over time it might become more accessible. And when you're ready, exhaling forward, supporting the head on a prop. For the last few breaths, release the arms forward. Okay, and inhale, come up. Release the feet back to the front. Come into baddhakonasana now. Or if your hips are tight, you can just repeat the thoracic. Okay, so in baddhakonasana, we'll come into baddhakonasana. So as we did with thoracic before, maybe taking the feet for a moment as you twist to the right. Now bringing the hand round onto the inner thigh, or some of you might be able to get your hand around to that shin. Ugh. Not me, not easily. Okay, and then from there, make it a little bit deeper by taking the left hand to the right knee, draw yourself round. Okay, just actually, if you're close to getting on that shin or thigh, just if you tip a little bit to the side, that might make it a little bit more accessible. Once again, gaze out over the back shoulder, focus on the breath in the belly. And you can press your knees down, which carries you deeper into the twist, deeper into the groin opening. Release, inhale to center, exhale, second side. This side I'm definitely going to need to drop that knee to try and get that hand around. Certainly can't get anywhere near the shin this side. Okay, right hand to left knee, drawing yourself into the twist, breath in the belly. And inhaling to center. Okay, if you're very open in baddhakonasana, folding forward, remaining in baddhakonasana. Otherwise, take your feet further ahead of you, back into thoracic. If you're coming low enough, support your head on a brick or tower of bricks. Gently shimmy the shoulders. Okay, inhale, come back up. Okay, we're going to release the left leg forward, keep the right knee drawn back. Now I'm going to give you two options here. So those of you that are quite comfortable, three options actually. If you're just working at a gentle level, then we're just going to inhale, twist, exhale, fold forward, just gently stroking down that leg. So you get the full rotation of the trunk. Okay, you can stay with that. Or bring the foot into Baddha Padmasana. Okay, now we're going to twist here to the right side again and take the right foot with the left hand. Okay, and you can start with your twist. Get the hand nice and locked in there, and then fold forward. Okay, so sustaining Adho Baddha Padma Paschimottanasana. Of course, if you're comfortable in Padmasana, you can do the mobile, the dynamic version. Inhale, come up, release the leg, change sides. Janushisasana, maybe beginning just with a little bit of a thoracic twist, reach and lengthen. Okay. Stay in the forward bend there, or those of you that have it available, Padmasana, Ardha Padma. So it's nice if you get the sense of where you're tight. So what are the areas of your body that need to get more energy flowing into them? And you know, generally we get energy moving into an area by moving it. We move it with the breath. Okay, and then when you know you're really comfortable and pain-free, you can stay that little bit longer in the positions. Okay, inhale and come back up. Release the legs, give the knees a gentle rub. Now I invite you to repeat that as we've done it, or I'm going to give a more advanced twist now. So bring the right leg back into baddhakonasana. Ardha Padmasana. Okay, now we're going to twist to the left side now and bring that hand around to the inner groin. Okay, or some of you might get to the shin. Okay, so twisting the other direction now. Okay, gaze out over the back arm, focus on the breath in the belly. So this hand, you might get to the foot. If you want to stay more upright, you might just have the hand on the outer shin. Gazing out over the back shoulder. Let's see, we could do a gentler version just by a Janushisasana twist to the left. Okay, so you have the foot in Padmasana or Janushisasana, and just twisting into the straight leg now. Okay, release, relaxing forward bend. Okay, or if you need to give the knees a break, release out and come into nice, gentle Upavista Konasana, modified Upavista Konasana. Okay, knees nice and bent, sitting on sufficient height. Always nice to have that little bit of height. Even if you're flexible, it really helps you to roll onto the fronts of your sitting bones. Okay, and then when you're ready, come up and change sides. Janushisasana, twist to the right, or or Baddha Padmasana, and twisting to the right. Okay, seeing if you can get the shin, or at least the groin. Okay, I'm not a fan of using straps to pull yourself into positions. I think it's much better to use the right muscles to pull you into the position. Okay, and then if the bind becomes accessible, so be it. But it's actually a very different muscle group that you use if you're using a strap to pull yourself in. And you may find that you don't actually improve, doesn't increase your capacity to get into it without the prop. Sometimes it does, but sometimes not. Gaze out over the back shoulder, focus on the breath in the belly. And inhaling back to center, release the legs and fold forward, or stay in the Padmasana and fold forward. So if practices are sequenced well, they enable the body to gradually be able to get more deeply into poses. So, you know, it might be the way the practice is actually sequenced, but also how the progression happens in, you know, classes over time. So, I mean, usually teachers will have that in mind, that, you know, they'll have a class plan, and then they'll have, you know, a class plan that organises you to, you know, warm up and go more deeply into pose. Hey, Herbie. But also it'll give you the opportunity over many classes to actually progress more deeply. Okay, so let's release and take the legs out straight. We're just going to finish now with a nice gentle Paschimottanasana. And then straightening up, Dandasana, open the chest. And then from here, you can either move into another practice, so maybe a pranayama practice would be nice to follow this one, or take a lie down and relaxing Shavasana. Namaste. Have a lovely day.